guys! By now you should have found an artwork that you want to recreate, just like those examples we saw in the first video. If you haven't done that yet, go back to day 1 and find one. Once you've found the artwork you want to recreate, we're going to look at it more closely. Miss WC and I are going to be recreating this image, which is by Frida Kahlo, titled The Two Fridas. When you look at an image, you can think about it in layers. There's the background, the middle ground, and the foreground. Looking at the background, which is the area in the back behind our two women, I can see that there's lots of blue and white, and it looks like clouds. Our women are in the foreground, which means the front of the image. If we look closely, we can see that the women are sitting on a bench. The bench is in the middle ground since it's between the background and the foreground. Another thing I'm looking at in this image is the texture. Texture is how something feels, and even though this is a painting, the way it was painted makes us think that it feels a certain way. Now, I've already identified the clouds in the background. They have a fluffy texture. The bench has a texture that reminds me of rough, hard seats. The two women's dresses also have different textures on them. We also want to look at the positive and negative space. Positive space is the subject or important areas in an artwork, which for this art piece would be the two women. Negative space is the background or the area that surrounds those subjects. Notice that there's a large triangular space between the two women. When I recreate my image, I'm going to try and make sure that there's the same negative space between me and Miss WC. So I want you guys to look at your artwork that you've chosen and think through the questions that are under day 2 and try and see if you can answer all the questions, and it will help when you're recreating your image.